Today's Sunshine Note is titled, The Most Misused Verse in the Bible. Having canceled the written code with its regulations that was against us and that stood opposed to us, he took it away, nailing it to the cross. Colossians chapter 2, verse 14. Tears streamed down their faces as they turned to the apartment that night, confused and distraught, questioning everything they once believed. My two friends had visited with a preacher from another church who had smashed their faith foundation apart in one stroke by claiming that the Bible clearly teaches that the Sabbath has been done away with forever. Today's verse has got to be the most misused verse in the entire Bible, and I'll explain why. People use this verse specifically to target Sabbath keepers, saying that the law was nailed to the cross so that we don't need to keep the seventh-day Sabbath any longer. But was it really the 10 Commandments that were nailed to the cross or something else? This matters. If the law was taken away, we don't have to keep it anymore, including stealing and murder. But what the text says is that the written code was nailed. Other versions call it the record of changes or the certificate of debt. The original Greek calls it the Against Us Code, a handwritten legal document of debt. It's similar to the slave document referred to in Philemon. This isn't the 10 Commandments because they were handwritten by God Himself, not by human beings. Jesus said that He came not to abolish the law, but to fulfill it in Matthew chapter 5, verse 17. Christians who believe the law was done away with still keep 9 of the 10 Commandments. So what was canceled? There's a story in the Old Testament about Moses reading the covenant to Israel one last time. That day, the entire nation made a commitment before God to keep all of the ceremonial laws and decrees. If they didn't, they'd be cursed, in debt to God. And we all know how that ended. They certainly did not keep the covenant, and for centuries it had been against them, reminding them that they had broken their promise. No wonder the Pharisees tried so hard to keep every last detail of their ceremonial laws. They were in debt. Then Jesus came and died on the cross, canceling forever our debt of sin and canceling Satan's claim on the lives of everyone who chooses him. We're no longer slaves to evil because our slave certificate has been taken away and nailed to the cross. Don't let anyone tell you that the law was done away with. God's law stands firm. It's our debt that was canceled and gone, and we are free. May God bless you today.